Hey guys, it's Marvel vs. DC Fight here with a spoiler Batman v Superman review. Sorry if I look or sound a little off. It's because I've been sick these past few days. I'm still a little sick, but I took some medicine and I'm feeling a little better, so I decided why not record a video now. So basically, again, this is my spoiler Batman v Superman review. I actually have 3 videos coming at you this week. First, I have this video, obviously. I'm also recording 2 more today. I'm going to be recording a Lego set review and a pop review. And my first Lego set review. And so this video, the spoiler review, will probably be up today, Wednesday. And then I'm going to put up the Lego set review tomorrow. And the, the pop review up on Friday if I get to it. So hopefully I will. I probably will. So anyway, again, just a reminder in case you haven't been able to tell by the title or me saying it 3 or 2 times. This is a spoiler review, so if you have not seen Batman v Superman and you are going to see it and you do not want to know anything, I will be using spoilers, so exit the video right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Superman dies. Okay, so now basically that's not the first thing I'm going to talk about. I just wanted to say that hopefully if you haven't seen the movie, you did exit the video in time. Sorry. Yeah, I'm probably going to get some hate comments for that, but oh well. So the first thing I have to say about the movie is do not listen to the critics. The critics are like completely wrong about this movie. This was probably my favorite, well, it is my favorite DC movie I've seen so far. Other than maybe The Dark Knight, I'm not really sure between those two, but this movie was definitely a lot better than Man of Steel. Man of Steel wasn't a bad movie, but it just was kind of boring at some parts. There's too much Superman's backstory and not enough Superman's like life, I guess, as like fighting people and stuff. So anyway, yes, I love this movie a lot better than Man of Steel. So basically, the movie starts off and it shows you some origins of Batman as a kid, which we've seen multiple times, of course. Parents get shot. Well, it's just obvious, he's pretty upset about that. Then it goes to, I think it's like flashing back and forth. It's been a while since I've seen it, so pretty sure it flashes back and forth between that and the funeral, where he runs off and falls in a cave. And then of course there's the bats, and you see that stuff, all stuff we've seen before, especially in Nolan's trilogy. But the one thing that was weird about this is I'm not sure if the funeral itself was a dream. I don't know, that part was kind of confusing, because when the bats like flew around him and he started like floating up, I was like, what is going on here? But then it was like, he woke up and I'm like, oh, okay, that was a dream, thank God. I thought we were getting into like magical stuff, like right off the bat. So that was a good start. Then it goes into like, kind of just the stuff that happened during the end of Man of Steel and Metropolis. Batman comes in as Bruce Wayne, and of course Superman and Zod are flying around fighting, causing all this destruction. There's a ship that's like, you know, smashing down and like floating up all the stuff. I don't know how to describe that. I forget what that ship's called. But then of course, so Batman is driving over to Wayne Financial, and he's talking to one of the people who work there, and basically then that tower gets destroyed. The dude he's talking to dies, and then he's able to save a few people. One of the guys got his legs like smashed with a bar thingy, and then he saves a little girl from almost dying. So, and then at that point, he's pretty mad at Superman for causing all this destruction. It goes on to show some more stuff with like modern day Superman and modern day Bruce Wayne. One of the most important parts of the movie starts off at the beginning, kind of, but it was kind of like the part where Lois Lane is, of course, interviewing the terrorist dude in Africa someplace, and then she gets held hostage. Superman comes in, kills the dude. I don't really know how, like, they kept going back to that, but I don't know, that, but, you know, so then it shows some stuff with, like, Bruce Wayne and fighting some people and how he's gotten like really violent. He's doing the bat brand thing, where he like melts the bat symbol onto the guy's skins. Ben Affleck's Batman is by far, for me, the best part of this movie. When I first saw Ben Affleck cast as Batman, I was one of the people who actually liked the idea, but of course I didn't know much about Ben Affleck. Once I started hearing people hating on the idea, it kind of brought me down a little bit, and then once I saw the suit, I was like, oh god. But it was amazing. After seeing a little bit more, and after getting like the trailers and stuff, I knew he was going to be great, and he was great. Definitely got his redemption for Daredevil. So yes, I'm shooting down the memes that are like that moment when you feel at redemption with Ben Affleck and then his Daredevil. So he wasn't the bad part of this movie, and I still don't understand why Rotten Tomatoes gave it such a low score. So anyway, past that, basically then we meet Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor is like crazy on the Superman stuff. He tries to get the kryptonite. He tries to like test it on General Zod's body. He obviously wants to destroy Superman. And so he's pretty evil off the start, but I don't know, it's kind of confusing. He's like good and evil at the same time. It's weird, but it's good. So he was Jesse Eisenberg, whatever his name is, I forget. He was another person that a lot of people were hating on, but I didn't think he was going to do too bad other than the hair. The hair was kind of weird, but he was definitely a lot better when the film came out too, so they were both good. So then after that, the first time Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne actually meet is when Lex Luthor invites them to his party thingy. I'm not really sure what the party was for exactly, but yeah, that was the conversation was great. And of course, Batman was trying to take the stuff, I don't know, the files and stuff from Lex Luthor, and Wonder Woman of course comes in and takes it from him. Then they meet up later. Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman was amazing, by the way, but she gives it back to Bruce Wayne, and he goes home and starts like downloading it to his computer and falls asleep, and then it goes into another dream sequence, which was probably my favorite part of the movie. Well, no, my second favorite part of the movie, or third, I'm not really sure, but basically what happens is there's like this apocalypse dream thing where he's like trying to get the kryptonite to defeat Superman, but then he's like turned on and there's like Superman soldiers and the fly things, which I've heard have something to do with Darkseid. So, and they just like basically take Superman hostage, and Superman comes in, he's like really mad and like laser eyes the other hostages, goes up to Batman, takes off his mask, and he looks really mad, and then Bruce Wayne wakes up, and this part's like really confusing but really awesome at the same time. At first when it came, I was like, who is that? And then after the movie, plus after hearing other people talk about it, I realized, yes, it is the Flash. Basically what happens is there's like tons of lightning everywhere, and the Flash is coming out and telling him that like he was right about Superman and how he was like evil, and that Lois Lane was the key or something. I don't know, it was really confusing, but that part was awesome. The Flash is my favorite DC superhero, so that part was really cool to see. It was confusing, but it was cool. And then what was funny was in my theater, after like it was basically a dream inside of a dream, because when Superman takes off his mask, he wakes up, sees a vision of the Flash, and then wakes up again. And once he wakes up again, this like, I don't know, 7-year-old kid in my theater sitting a few rows up from me was like, "Jeez!" Like, everyone started laughing. I went with some friends, and like all of us started laughing, and that was pretty funny. So but yeah, then after that, the files have downloaded, and seeing the metahuman files or whatever with Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman were awesome. You don't see them at first, but you see them listed there, and I'm like, oh my god, I know who that is. And so then basically what happens after that is, well, go back. Wonder Woman said she took the flash drive to take a picture of hers, and Bruce Wayne finds it and sends it to her, but that's later on. So then basically what happens, I don't know if I'm going in order exactly. It was kind of confusing, and that was one of the downsides of the movie. It was all over the place. But then, like, Superman gets tried on court, and of course, you see the senator up there, and then you see a glass of grandma's peach tea. If you haven't seen the movie, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But that was hilarious. And then the whole place, like, blows up. And nobody blames Superman for this. They're blaming him for like everything else but that. But then Superman like goes off and like stops saving people for a while until Lex Luthor takes Lois Lane hostage, throws her off of a building, and then Superman flies in, saves her, goes up, and Lex basically says, I have your mom. If you want her back, then you're gonna have to kill Batman for me. So that's when they fight. And it was a great fight, don't get me wrong. Basically, Batman had kryptonite. It was a good fight. It was actually a really good fight. But it didn't last that long. It was like 10 minutes max, 5 minutes at least. And it was a good fight, but it was way too short. They should have called the movie Dawn of Justice, Batman v Superman or something, because the title of the movie was a little misleading, honestly. If you're going there to see tons of fight scenes between Superman and Batman, you're going to be disappointed because there's only one. It's a good fight scene, but there's only one. Of course, they are mad at each other for most of the movie. They just don't really do anything about it until then because Superman doesn't want to kill him. And then after that, Lex Luthor makes Doomsday.